Okay, YouTube, welcome back to another video and welcome back to 2024. This will be my first video in 2024 as I don't know who tried taking me out, but I came up with the worst illness on New Year's Eve. So I was written off for the first week, so I couldn't make this video. So I'm gonna have my hands in my pockets for most of the video because it is freezing despite the sun being out and there being hardly any clouds. I don't know if the UK wants to make its mind up. Just want to say shout out to John because he let me use his driveway for a video. I wasn't gonna say anything, but he came out and I just asked him the question if I could film here and he said yes, so it's a win-win. So this is my 2018 BMW M2. It's got quite a decent spec on it. Shout out to ATP. If you haven't seen that video already where I picked the car up, then go check it out. I'll put it somewhere in the description or something like that. I just want to interrupt and say, before you watch this video, I need you to subscribe. It's free. It takes a couple seconds. Just scroll down there, do a little subscribe, do a little like, and you can get on with your day and you've done your good bit for the day. Yeah, this is a long overdue video. I've had this car for about 3 months now, and since then we've bought a few mods for it yet to come. I won't tell you them just yet, but we've had a full exhaust system fitted by Overkill Performance. That's straight from the turbo back. So that's a performance downpipe and straight back. It's got a slight resonator in the middle, then it's got a valved back box system. So it's fully custom and it's probably, you know what, it probably is the best sounding N55 engine on the platform. I have to be honest. You can get the same setup like this, just go to Overkill Performance. They do a little something as well, just to change it up a bit. So I bought the car exactly how you see it. It's a one owner from new, 50,000 miles and full BMW service history, everything like that. The spec is pretty much as you can get on it. Pretty stock other than the exhaust and the mods that were already fitted to it. Now I bought the car with all these mods on it. We've got the front carbon splitter, we've got the carbon grills, we've got the carbon wing mirrors, carbon side skirts, as well as the rear diffuser and the rear spats and the rear spoiler lip. I will do an essential car mod video, but I'd have to say the splitter kit, amongst the side skirts, everything like that is a must. And these carbon grills actually set off it really nicely. You can go for the gloss black. I guess there's a cheaper option. Luckily, I bought the car with them on, so I was very grateful for that. Coming to the back of the car, I did actually forget there is another mod that I've done to this car that you probably would have seen on TikTok. It's the black badge. Shout out Auto ID, because that adds a numerous amount of horsepower. I don't even think I have to go stage 1 now. We've got the rear diffuser as well as the 4-inch. I went for brush tips on this. I didn't want to go for chrome or black or anything like that. I wanted it to still stand out, fill the diffuser out. So I went with the 4-inch dual brush tips, I guess you would say. We're going to jump in the car now, go for a drive, and I'll tell you everything about the interior, what I do like and what I don't like. Now I want to go through some things on the car that I don't particularly like, and we're going to start with one that's got nothing to do with the car. Because I can't really find that much that's wrong with it, I need to make something wrong with it. So it is the almost peak of winter. Like, we've pretty much just gone straight into it and it's like 3 degrees and it's not going above that. And the heater's not working. I don't know what it is, I don't know who could advise me, who could help me, but the heater doesn't work. So no matter how much I turn it up, it does not get warm in here. Now for winter, that's not a great situation to be in because it is freezing. So when you get up in the morning like I did this morning, and you try to defrost the car, yeah, it's not happening. Driving this car, I went up to Halifax on New Year's Eve to shoot with Anton from Level Up Giveaways. Now, we pretty much cruised up there at about 70, 75 max. No pulls, nothing. Cruised up there, drove around there, bit of sends up there, and drove back. And we managed to get 35 mpg, and that was absolute max. But yeah, driving this car with the spec it's got absolutely everything. It's got heated seats, which, if I'm putting them up against the Fiesta ST, they don't come close. These get warm at best, and that's after about 15-20 minutes of driving. So the heated seats aren't 10/10, but they're nice to have. But yeah, I'll be honest, that's about it I don't like about the car. Everything else I love about this car. The way it drives, you know, how smooth it feels, and it's so nice, even though I said about the heating, it's so nice to have a car that's not broken, that when you touch, it doesn't just break in your hands. It's so nice. So now we've done the drive, I put up a question box on Instagram just to see what people wanted to know about the M2 and what I've basically done to get it. So I'm just going to go through the questions now and see who has asked what. I'm fingering my pay because I've had PPF, so don't worry about that. And we're also changing this out, possibly. Who knows? You wait. Now, Nick, shout out to Nick, who I went to SEMA with last year. He said, just send it already. What's one thing you would change about the car if you could, that's not fixable with mods? You know what, I guess the obvious answer would have to be something to do with the MPG, because I'd love to daily this, but I am averaging about 20 MPG, and that is not great. So in actual fact, I get about 200 miles to about 75 pound of fuel of 99 momentum. So I'd probably change that, and I don't think you can change that even with mods. But this splitter, that's generating about 80 kg worth of downforce, I don't think it's helping either. People said the M2 was the newer M3 compared to the E90 M3s. What do you think? Are you enjoying it? I'll be honest, I'm not that much of a BMW fanboy. I've always wanted an M2, an F80 M3, but surprisingly, I was actually going to go get a 400 brake S1 instead of this. So I don't really know how to answer that. You've lost a lot of the old school technology and the raw feel from these M2s. And I've had it in winter time, so I've really not had much chance to push it anywhere. As soon as I do, it gets a bit sketchy, so you don't really want to do that. The last question is about insurance. Now, I knew this question was going to come up because this was not as straightforward as you would think. This was not as straightforward as you would normally go get insurance out. So when I looked at getting one of these, when I knew I could basically afford one of these and justify paying for what this was worth, and we're looking, you know, it's mine and Katie's car, so we're looking at it, and we're looking at insurance, and obviously we're going to modify this car, so we've got to declare them. Yes, so we're looking at insurance. I'm looking to be the main driver for it, obviously, because I'll be driving it most of the time for content and daily and whatnot. A quote of no mods, with no box or anything like that. Don't get a box, never get a box. So I believe the first legitimate quote I got without a black box was £4,500. Looking around for insurance, I got a quote back from a modified car insurance company that told me 13 grand. That was just with the splitter kit. That wasn't with the stage one, that wasn't with the exhaust, nothing. And so we ended up fiddling around a bit with it, and we put Katie as the main driver and me as a name driver. Don't know why, maybe because she's a female, who knows. What you're probably waiting for is how much have I actually paid for it. Now, Katie is the main driver, I'm a name driver. I won't go too much into the policy details, but we got it for £1,900, which is not bad. Yeah, the car will be staying, unlike my other cars, and yeah, I look forward to what we can do with it. If there's any companies watching that want to get on board and, you know, do something to the car in return for some content, or you want to work out some sort of content deal, then just let me know. But if you made it this far, thank you. You're one of the real ones. Everybody else subscribe, do your thing, comment down below. I'll get back to all your comments, follow me on the socials, and we'll see you in the next one.